Hello to all my lovely listeners out there. Let's talk about this solar flare issue that we had where AT&T cell service went down across a good portion of the United States. Basically, I looked at a map of it, and from Oklahoma City all the way down Texas, down into Houston, and then heading eastward across the country and then back north a little bit. And it really wrapped up a lot of major cities. A lot of people were affected by it, myself included in that. I was without cell service for a period of about 3 hours. I left my house, had no service. It said SOS on my phone. I got to where I was going, and I was able to use Wi-Fi to get a couple things done. And me personally, I'm a home builder. I own my own business, Whitetail Construction and Homes. I'm east of Oklahoma City, kind of out in the country. I build custom houses, and I had to make some adjustments in how I accomplish things for that short period of time. I had to, instead of texting people, I had to email people. And, it was an automatic, you got to change your course of action and move to a different one to accomplish the same task that you normally do. And I got to thinking about, what is it going to be like when it's for real? Because what I think happened, this is the conspiracy theorist of me. This is where my YouTube channel or my YouTube video gets canceled again. Side note on that, I recently put up a video a few days ago. YouTube took it down. No explanation why, but it violated their terms and conditions. I've had strikes on my channel, and it's ridiculous. So it's ridiculous because I have a small amount of followers on my YouTube channel, and to think that they care enough about what I'm saying is ridiculous. It's not about me, but the algorithm is such that people saying the things that I'm saying are getting turned down and turned off and censored. So, whatever you can do to help me move a video on by hitting the like button and subscribing or sending it to someone that actually does need to hear it, because I'm not throwing clickbait out there. I think it's legit information, and we're trying to talk about things that really matter. In this case, at what everyone's calling a solar flare event. And my thoughts on that are this. Was it a solar flare that caused this outage? Well, it was AT&T that was affected by whatever happened. AT&T recipients were affected, and they couldn't use their phones. So what does a solar flare know about AT&T that it doesn't know about Verizon? That's the interesting question right there. Is the solar flare able to differentiate? I know they've talked about solar flares for years happening, and that it would affect cell coverage. And that's just one of the things that it would affect. But as rich and smart as AT&T is, don't you think that they would have beefed up their own security issues against solar flares like Verizon has? Apparently not, right? So that one issue right there makes me contest the solar flare provision for this entire thing, and I kind of call bullcrap on it. The question then is, well, who is it? What were they trying to do? It could be a foreign actor. It could be a foreign state, right? It could be the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, the North Koreans. And some of them do stand something to gain. Number one, someone gained something when this whole thing happened. Somebody learned something, and if it was conducted by a person, it was most likely a test of what they could do in future circumstances. I think it might have been the Chinese that did it to test what they could actually do, but I don't personally believe that China wants to completely knock us out and wipe out our cell coverage, because if they did that, well, how are we going to buy all their stuff? there's a thought for you. Alternatively, if it wasn't a foreign actor, and this is the most horrendous thing to actually think, it was from home. It was Big Daddy, right? And I think that's the thing that we're probably all thinking is the most likely. I think that we should expect more of this to happen in the future. I think that we should be ready for it. So whatever you had to do yesterday, you need to be making preparations mentally, talking to your spouse about the preparations that they need to make as well, and what you're going to do collectively as a family in the event things like this go down, and have a plan, and have friends that you talk to that are like-minded, that you're gonna need, and you're gonna have to call however we make that call someday, and just start getting some things set into motion, because I think that we can plan on this. We're going into an election season, and I personally expect some shenanigans. So with all that being said, stay in the Word of God, stay close to the Lord. He is the King, and He's the one that will get us through. All of the preparation that we can do on our own, that's all great, right? However many bullets you got socked away and how many cans of beans you've got stored in the pantry, that's all great. And we need to do that. But we need to stay close to the Lord and keep our eye focused on the King, because no matter what happens, that's the only thing that's going to pull us through. And having that faith in the King of the universe, that the one that shed his blood for you, he cares about you in that situation where you don't know how to communicate with someone, where, man, they shut the power off, whoever it was, and my car doesn't work, my electric meter's off in my house. A close walk with the King is going to get you pulled through. But you need to also be smart. You need to make your preparations, get things done you got to do. See you on the next one.